All right, guys, good evening. Welcome. It is Friday night, and the rock and roll is fine. And I am joined by some of my favorite people in the entire universe, especially in the flight simulation universe. You guys can't hear this music, but it's pretty rocking stuff. Hi, everybody. It's Captain Jack, and with me live tonight on another edition of the Virtual Flight Deck. My goodness, we do not do these things often enough. Is, of course, my good friend up in the upper right-hand side of your screen, Charlie31. Craig, welcome aboard, man. Good to see you tonight.
Good to see you, Jack. Welcome.
Yeah, and then right under him is the nearly amazing, always incredible, and somewhat military, actually a lot military, Major Mark. Major Mark, welcome aboard. How you doing? Good to see you.
What's going on? 2340.
Yeah, 2340. I love hearing you on ATC, man. It's so much fun. Well, you got to fly with me, dude, before you get out of here, you know. You got to get...
We'll do.
We'll talk about that a little later. And then in the lower left-hand corner, last but certainly not least, and especially, look at that, guys, our good buddy CST Flight Deck is here, and he is coming to us live and direct from that beautiful, beautiful Airbus A320, full up, full scale, full mode cockpit. CST, welcome aboard.
Hey, thanks for having me, Jack. Always a pleasure.
Always nice to see you. And I tell you guys, it was so cool to get to shake your hand and actually spend a little time with you last week. Just absolutely amazing time in St. Paul.
Good stuff. We should have grabbed some dinner or something, but I guess we didn't have the time.
Yeah. You know, there's so many people to see, so many things to do. My wife and son were there. We actually stayed over in Minneapolis and stayed downtown. They went and saw Princess Paisley Park and visited the George Floyd Memorial and did a bunch of stuff while I was there hanging out with you nuts. So we were, we were occupied and they were occupied. So it's a good time. And Craig, I brought you something back. from Expo. Look at this, dude. Now, Craig and I live in the same city, of course. But this is for you, man. This is for you.
I appreciate it, man. Just give it a toss.
Okay, you ready? All right, right. Here you go. There you go. Did you get it?
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Very good. All right. Of course, my notes went all over the place. Guys, Flight Sim Expo. Welcome aboard. I want to say hello to Tyler's Public Gaming. Graham is here. Dominic, Dom is there. Dom, I enjoyed walking around with you so much that Saturday. So great to see you and to hang out with you there. And what a fine young gentleman you are. I really appreciated that. And Ian Crawford, 1183. Guys, we're going to have a good show tonight. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm hoping Mickey Mike's going to be here in a little bit. EJ Davis was invited as well. Captain Minnesota is aboard. There's Yoham jumping in. Yoham, welcome. Good to see you guys there. So let's do it. Let's talk about it a little bit. Let's talk about Flight Sim Expo. Did it meet your expectations? Was it everything you were wanting it to be? So much new equipment and things to talk about. And CST, I'm going to come to you first with that question. Tell me, what were your initial thoughts and overview of Flight Sim Expo this year?
Well, for me, it's always a good time. I think this is my third one. So I started in Vegas. I did Vegas. I did what was the other one?
Houston.
Help me out here.
Providence.
Providence.
Yeah.
Providence,
Last
and
year.
then I did this most recent one up in St. Paul. But yeah, it's always fun. It's always a blast to reunite with some old friends and meet new people and get to meet you, Jack, in person. That been hanging out quite some time now online, but
Yep.
Get to shake your hand and hang out. And so that's to me what it's all about, right? Yeah, the stuff is cool. You get to see new equipment every once in a while. A lot of the stuff that was presented to us this year we already knew about, so there was no big awe or surprise or anything of that nature, because like I said, we pretty much knew about everything except for maybe the Thrustmaster yoke and equipment that they're coming out with for PlayStation and Xbox players and all that, even PC, I guess. But That's one of those things that I don't see myself ever needing or using. It's if I was to get that new Thrustmaster yoke that they just came out with, I would be taking step backwards into my equipment, not forward. I think that's more of a entry level type thing for somebody new to fly sim to have an extra option now for controls and stuff like that, which is always good. But yeah, I mean, like I said, as far as equipment and flight simulation stuff, nothing really shocking. Everything that was presented there was all stuff that pretty much everybody already knew about and is been waiting for, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
You know, the wing control, all this company, even Moza, they've already announced that they were going to come out with MCDUs and FCUs and all that, and they had them sitting on the floor and showcasing and all the good stuff. So all stuff that we already knew about. So nothing crazy. But like I said, my thing is hanging out with fellow content creators, meeting members of the channel and subscribers, and that's really what attracts me every year to going back to things like that, you know, and hanging out with the good old community. So.
Yeah, I totally agree. The big thing for me is the people. It's so great. That was the thing that excited me, was to get to actually, like I said, shake your hands and give you guys a hug and get to hang out with you a little bit. Met so many wonderful people and enjoyed every single one of them. We'll talk about that some more a little bit later as well, and some of the individuals. Mark, how about you? Overall overview of Flight Sim Expo 2026 from Major Mark.
Flight Sim 2026, always a good time. I call Flight Sim Expo like the family reunion of Flight Sim. You get to meet all the old aunties, grandpas, cousins, best friends.
I fit the
all
grandpa
in one place.
part. Yeah. There you go.
So this was I believe my fifth or fourth expo. Kind of like what CST Flight Deck Echo. You know, a lot of stuff that we saw there was already kind of announced. We got to kind of put our hands on some of the updated prototypes from like Wing Control, Moza, to name a few. Did see a couple of hints of things to come from a couple of vendors out there. But all in all, a good time. Had a good time in Minneapolis. Got to see some things, bought a lot of stuff. So pretty fun.
Yeah, you're going to have to go over some of that a little bit later, some of that stuff that you picked up.
Sure.
Do any of you guys know how to make Discord go back to the Hollywood Squares view? What did I do? I've got
on that screen.
What's that, Craig?
Just click on the big screen and it'll go back to
there we go. Okay. You know, I'm an old guy trying to learn what all the young whippersnappers know about all this stuff. And Craig, unfortunately, you didn't get to come this year. I know you were super busy, but you got to hear about some things and see some things at Flight Sim Expo. What are some of your thoughts about, the one this year?
I liked it. It was it was a good expo. I like that they live streamed the main hall there for a little bit. I don't know. They had like the ghost cameras all over the place that were just watching the show floor, but kind of like what CST said, there wasn't really anything surprising. I guess coming out of it, I'm looking forward to EFBX. That looks like something super robust and something that I think we've all been wanting without knowing that we wanted it for a long time. Just sort of a good little hub to run a lot of your flight sim stuff on, that you don't have to worry about having so many different little things going on. So overall, I think the show was okay. But that's just me. I was stuck in Denver. Unfortunately, I had to babysit some F-15s.
Now let's talk about that for just a minute. Yeah, you sent me some video, well, actually, we had you live on my live stream before that. So guys, if you want to catch that, you can go back and catch that replay. And you got to be the follow me car for those F-15s there at Denver, didn't you? Look at that. Look at you. Really incredible stuff. Well, let's talk about some of the equipment and the manufacturer. CST, yeah, a lot of that stuff we had seen before, but there were a lot of new items. I've got a couple of friends of mine that are really super stoked about some of the force feedback systems that they have available. Tell me, what piece did impress you while you were there? And I'm going to start this off. The piece that impressed me the most is how Wind Control built that overhead panel. I almost think that was the star of the show because it seems like that's what I heard everybody talking so much about. What do you think?
Well, gauging on my background, I think you can probably guess what piqued my interest more than anything else. But yes, absolutely. The 1-to-1 scale overhead panel that Wind Control is coming out with is absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's literally a copy and paste of the real overhead panel in the Airbus. So that's something that I am hoping to get sooner rather than later. That way I can get rid of the little mini one over there. That can go back in the other rig. And I can continue to build on with this. Obviously, there's still a lot more to be done with this. I'm still got to work on the enclosure, all the windows, and all that good nonsense. Hopefully, here in the next month or two, that's going to be wrapped up. But I'll give you an example. We working, and I have my buddy Turbo helping me out a lot with this stuff. We're working on the tray tables right now. Just to print the tray tables, it's probably going to take 2 to 3 weeks just to print them.
Sure.
Then we gotta put them together and all that good stuff. So, same thing is gonna have to be done with the windows and windshields and all that good stuff. So, it's gonna take some time. But yeah, going back to the expo, I can pretty much say that I've transitioned from a, desktop simmer to full-blown, full cockpit type stuff. Like having started flying this thing, I can't go back to my other setup.
I was going to say, what makes you say that?
it's just one of the it's hard. It's hard. It's kind of like, you were, and I don't mean to piss off people in the chat or piss off anybody here in the panel, but it's almost like you always being an X-Plane guy, and then you switch to Microsoft, and you're like, wow, look how great this looks. You just can't go back to X-Plane. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. As much as I love X-Plane for the flight model and atmospheres and all that good and nonsense, to me, that's like 10% of the game, dude. Give me visuals. Give me eye candy. Give me beautiful textures. Give me beautiful airports. Give me all that stuff. Give me ease of use. Hell, just to put sceneries in X-Plane, it's an absolute disaster. So, it's one of those things, right? So going to a full cockpit, it's hard to go, let me go fly on my next level racing chair or my desktop, thingy. It's just as much as I probably will do it, it's hard. This thing is just phenomenal. It's hard to explain. Whenever you sit in this thing and I had my father here. He came check it out. He sat down. I took him up for a flight, and he was like, "Oof, I just got vertigo, dude. I thought we were flying, even though it's not moving." So it's just it just puts you right there. It's ridiculous. And once those windows are done and it's only closed, I think it's gonna be even more of a immersive sensation, and it's gonna be fantastic. I keep revolving back to this because I'm very excited about this whole thing. I'm excited about World Flight, and when it comes to Flight Sim Expo, I'm excited about everything and anything that has to do with me finishing this bad boy up. So, yes, number one thing is gonna have to be not only the overhead, but the tillers felt phenomenal when it comes to wind control. The Airbus tillers they're coming out with. Also, they're coming out with the radio volume control panels.
Yeah.
That's another thing that's going to pretty much wrap up my whole center pedestal. That's going to be all complete. So as far as peripheral is concerned, literally, when you hop in this cockpit, you do not need a mouse. Everything is right there. No mouse, no keyboard. You don't need any of that crap. The only reason why you would need a mouse is to control pushback and GSX and all that other nonsense that I'm searching for a remote type thing that an app, something that I can put on my iPads, on my EFBs, and I can control GSX from there. That would be all ultimate, because if you eliminate the GSX, then you would eliminate a keyboard and a mouse altogether out of this cockpit. Not needed. The only time you would need it is to fire that bad boy up and get it rolling, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah,
So, yeah,
absolutely.
everything that I guess summarize everything wind control pretty much. I'm all for it. All the other stuff, there was other companies out there. There's some great stuff. I thought I went by Rosefire. I thought their Boeing overhead panel was pretty good. They had told me in the past that they were going to send me one for review, and recently they messaged me. I think you guys might find this funny, and they told me that based on recent reviews, we have, identified that your channel revolves around Airbus products. So I'm like, hey, that's cool, man. Hey, well played. That's all right. I don't need it. It's all good.
Yeah, that's great. I was going to say, I could see. I totally get how you would not want to go back just to the regular sim setup. I totally get that, because now that I have my Boeing MCP and my FCU and my MICDO and FMC and everything that I've got here, and I like to have everything right to where all I have to do to get an airplane ready to go is touch the buttons and turn the things on the USB power and go and have it light up and be ready to go. And the more I do just what I've got in this square 5 feet, the more I add to it. I don't want to go back to just twisting knobs with the mouse and this sort of thing. So I totally get it. But there are two things that I want to remind you of. One, or ask you, one, when you want to fly Boeing, you're going to have to set up a whole nother sim there. That's what you ought to do, is back-to-back sims, right there. You turn around out of the Airbus cockpit and go to the Boeing cockpit. And that overhead that you've got in there now, when you get your new wind control, full up overhead, if you need a home for that, I've got an address for you. So, and I'll pay for shipping. Anyway, very good. Mark, what about you? What were some of your takeaways and favorite things you may have seen at Expo, or something that kind of makes you salivate like over a steak dinner? What do you think?
To kind of echo what Mr. CST Flight Deck said, Wing Control Expo is always fun. I mean, it's always the highlight of Expo.
Wing Control Expo?
Wing Control Expo. I'm going to start calling it that. Wing Control Expo, because they never disappoint. I mean, I picked that overhead up, and I think that thing is about 20, less than 30 pounds. I thought it was going to be nice and heavy, but I mean, it's heavy, but it's not as heavy as I thought it was. The tiller, again, something that a lot of simmers have been wanting for years, is a tiller to control the plane instead of, kicking the feet on the rudders around the airport. I forget the name of the company. They had the full motorized 7.3 throttle quadrant. I thought that was pretty good. Out my price range, I think they thing was retailing for about $3,000, but pretty cool to see something like that you can get your hands on if you got the money laying around.
Sometimes, I'm sorry to interrupt, but sometimes I look at some of that equipment, like Scholarkey or that company that you're mentioning, with the throttle being $5,000-$6,000. I look at the price tag and I'm like, they like it a lot more than I do. That's literally all I say.
Cockpit Master, that's the company. Cockpit Master. Yep. They got some cool stuff, but I got some money, but I ain't got that type of money.
They got some cool stuff. They just don't want to sell it.
Yeah, pretty much. They just bring it out the show, let everybody touch it, and then take it back and play with it. The Cessna, the full Cessna setup there that they had there from that was pretty cool as well. I think I did some recording for CST on that, and that was pretty cool as well. But you always find those things that you didn't see at the presentation day where you're walking the floor and it kind of catches your eye, and you're like, let me go test this out.
Very cool. Very cool. What was that throttle, that full up throttle? It was like, what, about $7,000? I think something like that.
Yeah.
And I know CFI, your Sim CFI was salivating over that. He really does want one of those, but of course the price is going to be a little prohibitive. Craig, Charlie 31, you got to see a lot of stuff on video, and you mentioned the EFBX just a moment ago. What else did you maybe see on the video, or maybe see somebody talking about that you thought might go good in your cockpit?
There wasn't a whole lot other that sort of caught my attention. Obviously, I'm looking forward to the Synaptics A220, the stuff that they showed, and some of the INI builds. What are they doing? They're doing that 380. That might be kind of fun to have out and about. But also a lot of that show got me to thinking, I mean, man, I got a bunch of airplanes that I just do not fly. I mean, I'm staying, and it shows. I mean, obviously when I get in a plane, I'm just going all crazy and having a good old time flight simming. But at the same time, I'm not practicing the things that I should be practicing, because it doesn't work the same on the Airbus as it does to the Cessna, as it does to the SR-71 or any of the other aircraft that I own. And so it kind of helped me sort of also understand. I mean, there's a lot of aircraft out there. There's a lot of things to be doing. What is it that I want to do here? I mean, CST, my hat's off to you. I mean, that is it. That is, get yourself set in a good flight deck, and you learn how to fly that, and you become a master of that. And I mean, that's one of the things that kind of led me sort of on sort of a different tangent, is that, I mean, with all that, with all the other airplanes and all the other peripherals that are coming out, and they're doing all kinds of really cool things, and it's making this hobby a lot more accessible to a lot more people, being able to build a flight deck like CST's doing right now. Yeah, you're getting to a point where you kind of have to pick your poison and stick with it.
You know, Craig, we've got a couple of friends that have those full-up cockpits too. Boeing, of course, Pat out in Arizona has a full-up Boeing 737. It's an 800. Isn't it full up? Very similar to what CST has. And does Tony, Bravo 737, does he have a full-up cockpit as well?
He is. He might be about a 60% build right now. Okay. But that's his ultimate goal, is have a full 738 flight deck. And that's Pat 738. That's his YouTube sign.
Yeah. So you guys check those channels out as well. And lo and behold, just appearing magically via the magic of Discord is our good buddy EJ Davis. EJ, so good to see you, man. How are you?
I'm very, very well, Jack. Good to see you. And actually, I got to say, I'm pretty sure I ran into you at FS Expo, but I was passing in a group, and I said, man, I think I recognize that guy.
Oh, man, I am so sorry we didn't get to shake hands and say hello. You know, we amateur radio, ham radio operators, a contact between operators is called a QSO, back for the old Q codes that they use. QSL is a contact card, QTH is your home, so on and so forth. And we called QSO, meeting together. And so when we get together actually physically and lay eyeballs on each other, we call it an eyeball QSO. So I've very, very many times kind of equated to what we're doing here with my amateur radio stuff. But good to have you on board. Let's see. Yoham said, thoughts on suspending Mark on VATSIM for 24 hours.
Oh boy, I don't want to know what that's about. I won't ask any questions.
Nah, and it being Yoham, it's probably a better thing not to. Let's see. Visit Lang, hello. Can you use say intentions for push using your voice just like real life? Any of you guys know the answer to that one?
I do not.
What was the question?
So the question from Visith Lang 5542. You can say you can use say intentions for push using your voice just like in real life. Are you familiar with that?
I don't think that's a question. I think he's just stating that.
A statement?
He's saying that you can do it.
Okay, very good. Let's see. And Jason, this is so cool, guys. My family and I were waiting in Denver Airport, my wife and son, to fly to Minneapolis. And a gentleman walked up to me and says, "Are you Captain Jack?" And my wife goes, it was so funny there. But Jason here in Denver, Jason was out there at Flight Sim Expo too. And Jason, thanks for joining in, and it was great to meet you and great to talk with you some there at Expo as well. So, EJ, I'm going to run back over a couple of these questions that we asked here. What was your favorite thing about Expo, your general impressions and thoughts and all that kind of good stuff? What'd you think?
Oh, I thought it was pretty amazing, and I am very, very excited for some of the releases that we'll hopefully see later on this year. Ran into one of the folks from, I believe the name of that team is Bluebird, that's working on the 757, and they answered some questions for me off the record, which I will have to share with you offline. But that's exciting. I'm hoping to hear more about their work later on this year. The biggest thing about FS Expo was really getting to see other people. Being part of VATSIM, we have team members all over the world, and this was my first time meeting a lot of them. Met the president of VATSIM. I also met my coworker who is in Brazil, also a division director. We've worked together closely on a lot of stuff, but now actually putting some less physical distance between us, getting to chat and catch a beer after working hours, that was really, really fantastic. And if for no other reason, I will be there in Vegas, if not for any other reason, to just meet these guys again and work with them on some more projects in person.
You know, I got to tell you, EJ, I was so impressed with the VATSIM group that was there and all the computers that they had set up, and they were actually doing live ATC right there from Expo. That was just absolutely outstanding. How did you guys get that set up? That's incredible.
So, as you know, VATSIM really doesn't have much in the terms of funding. It's a lot of donation work. So, the team there, Thrustmaster and some other folks, donated assets to us for us to set up. So we had, close to $10,000 worth of gear that was there, and that was just their donations. We anticipated that they'd ask for them back after the show, but actually they said, "Hey, keep it.
Wow.
Use it for your own use." And at the next show in Las Vegas, we do expect that you're not going to ask us for anything. You're just going to bring that stuff back. But still, very, very cool of them to do that. The gentleman I mentioned, who's my coworker in Brazil, him and a few other folks showed up early and got that set up, taken care of on Friday morning. By the time the expo doors were actually open, the floor doors were open, I think minutes before that, we had actually finished that setup. So, we had 3 different areas there for anybody who wasn't in attendance. The area in the far left was the Traycon area, where we had a group of center controllers and approach controllers. In the middle, we had a tower layout, which I can pull it up and take a photo and send it to you, Jack, so you can share it with folks. But it really was these huge monitors that you could look out on. And it had the Minneapolis tower window. So I think it was 3 or 4 monitors, like 50-inch TVs put side by side that replicated what it looks like to look out the tower window at Minneapolis. I think that was very eye-catching for a lot of people passing by. Very, very good example of what VATSIM is recreating. And then, of course, on the far right, the area people most got to interact with, we had a Airbus setup there that people could go back and forth from Minneapolis to Rochester, which is about a 30-minute flight, and you could do the entire flight with the VATSIM team that was sitting off to your left, acting as the center approach and ground controllers for both airports. Really, really cool experience. Just a little bubble of what was taking place in the real world happening right there in those 3 stations. Very, very awesome idea. I don't know if they do that every year. This was my first time attending, but I definitely hope we plan on doing this exact type of setup next year.
That's incredible. Yeah, it was quite impressive, and I just was kind of overwhelmed. Honestly, I was overwhelmed with an awful lot of the entire thing. Let's see. Johan wanted me to ask, guys. Major Mark, CST, how was the Microsoft Captain's Dinner? How were your interactions with Jorgen?
Who's going first?
You go first.
Go ahead, CST.
I didn't talk to did I say his name? Johan?
Jorgen? I don't know. It's spelled Jorgen.
I didn't talk to Jorg. He was always talking to some other people. I didn't want to disturb him or interrupt him or anything like that. There's no reason for little old me to go talk to Jorg for anything, to be honest. However, when I was sitting down chowing on some food, I guess you would call it co-CEO, because there's 2 CEOs of Asobos. The guy that we always see, which is, I think his name is Alex or something like that. And then there's another guy behind the scenes that nobody ever met until this expo. This expo was really the first time that they put him on the stage, and he did some talking. I got to talk to him, and Not really anything in particular. We just shooting the shit while we were eating. That's really about it. Nothing crazy. But yeah, I'm not the type of person that goes up to, you know, the Microsoft ads and Asobo ads and you guys need to blah 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 blah. Yeah, like they're gonna listen to anyone. They're just gonna do whatever they think it's necessary. They're not listening to you. They know a lot more than you that anyone in the flight sim community would, regardless. So, you know, the downfalls of the simulator, they already know about all that stuff. They don't need you to bitch, whine, and complain about it 24/7. It is what it is. They'll get to it. We've seen it. All right, we're already like 5 updates into the sim, and it just keeps getting better and better. Just let them cook, give them time, and they'll get to it. But no, I'm not the type of person that goes up to, oh hey York, I'm CST Gaming, I'm a YouTuber. You know, I'm not. I don't do that crap.
Yeah, sure. Mark, what do you think?
So I didn't go up to him. He popped up behind me. It was a group of us, Dom and a few other guys. I didn't expect to meet him at the event myself. Like CST said, I wasn't running around looking for him. He kind of popped up in our little huddle. Me and him had a good conversation about helicopters because I'm a helicopter guy, CH-47. That's my bird. And he pretty much, you know, he talked to me a little bit about the helicopters and how did helicopters fly? Was it true to life? And, you know, I explained to him, I said, hey, whatever you're doing, keep doing it because they get better with each update. When I first started flying helicopters in the sim, it was not fun to fly. But, you know, with the Miltech coming out with a couple of birds, Cove and Sim, they're actually a little more enjoyable to fly. Still don't fly true to life, but that was about just the conversation. He just came over, spoke to me, shook my hand, and that was about it.
Well, that's nice. It's nice that that you got to do that. I talked with some of the developers. I was really looking for the guys from Glass Out. I don't know if they were actually there or not because I want to talk about that here in just a little while, too. I've been using Glass Out quite a bit with great success. And I found a bug with it, but I also found the workaround or what suffices for that at this time. So, Craig, I want to come to you. I try to keep everybody moving along here with some thoughts and comments from everybody. What are your thoughts on what you've been hearing about Flight Sim Expo? Anything you'd like to bring up?
I got 2 things for you. One is for Major Mark. Plane Tags has a CH-47 that was, I don't know if you get all their little stuff, but was 160 a soar. So they just released that on Thursday, I believe, so yesterday. And then number 2 is Bravo 737 actually met the gentleman that did Glass Out. He's going to spend like the next 3 months here in the States. He's from, I believe, Poland is what Bravo 737 said. So he actually got to meet the guy.
Oh, nice.
So
I'm really enjoying it. You know, those of you who have maybe seen a picture of my sim, I should have made this to where I could put it in just to show you guys. I did a real quick short video just earlier today on kind of showing just what I have going on here. But, you know, Glass Out has solved so many problems when it comes to pop-out screens. You can use any old other computer monitor down here and pop out all your screens to it, and it automatically goes in and finds them for you as well. And then all you do is drag and drop and arrange them. And I was just thinking, for you guys building these big cockpits, it's a real game changer. It should make it to where you don't have to buy a $350 little or however much it is, 8 by 12 or 14 monitor to go back there. It's really going to make things a lot easier, and it's only $16, I think, for the app, so well worth the purchase. We can get into that some more just a little bit later. I wanted to ask you guys, while we're still on the subject of Flight Sim Expo, what'd you bring home with you? What'd you see that you just had to have? Now, I have limited space here. For my office cockpit setup, I have about 64 square feet. It's about 8 by 8. So, like I said, I try to put, actually, I'm going to show you guys this. I can show you right here. Oh, messed up my camera. Let's not do that. Come back. We'll leave that camera be for the moment. Is my camera going to reactivate? Okay, what happened? Let's see. I tell you what. What'd you bring back while I fix my camera? What did you bring back from Flight Sim Expo that you're super excited about, or did you? EJ, what do you think?
I was trying to think about that. I don't believe I actually brought anything back. Not hardware or anything. It did make me think long and hard about getting a new joystick or yoke system. I've had mine since 2013, so Turtle Beach has one that has really struck me as interesting. Maybe I'll bring that one into play. Aside from that, some stickers.
Okay. Actually, I can show you this now. I got it fixed. I'll do that. So I brought this back from Flight Sim Expo. Sorry for the wire being
jealous.
They had this at a real good price, and I was super excited about it. I kind of always wanted this little setup here. Let me make this full screen. There we go. All right, now I can see it too. So, yep, I went ahead and bought the Thrustmaster Airbus throttles and flap extension and so on and so forth. And I should set this up and get this running and show you how well Glass Out works. But I actually put all of my screens, my pop-out screens for the aircraft right here. And, of course, my main sim monitor is right up there. So maybe I'll fire something up here while we're talking. Anyway, that's what I brought home from Flight Sim Expo. And super excited about it. Spent some of the morning this morning. Here, let me show you guys this too. So my Bravo sits down here right beside it. So it's basically side by side. I don't have anything in there right now with the exception of the Boeing speed brake and flap control. And, of course, I'm going to use that for all my other aircraft that I'm flying. But I'm on, CSTU, be proud of me, I'm on a real Airbus kick right now for some reason. Not sure why, but there we go.
You're on the wrong one, but hey, if you got a real good deal on it, that's okay.
Yeah, but, that's the thing.
But the wind control one is, I would say, miles ahead of that one.
Yeah.
When it comes to Airbus flight controls, it's a difference between you have a toy, something that feels like toy. The travel is really not there. I don't know if if you move the levers, there's a little bit of travels. There's no idle reverse. But yeah, I mean it looks like an Airbus one, and it'll do the job. So if you got a really good deal on it, then yeah, why not?
Yeah, it was a good deal. That was 90% of it right there. Plus, I'm, like I said, kind of limited in space here. You could kind of see how small my desk area is here. I wish I could do it in the garage, but we have a tiny garage. Let's see. I forgot where we were with all that. What'd you bring home with you, Mark? Anything exciting? I know what you brought home with you, but tell the audience tonight.
Besides the customary flight sim bag and, all the pins and the stickers, there was a shop back there, I believe it was DG Polish Shop. And, I went back there and it was like being in a toy store. So picked up a couple of models here. I got a little small Colorado one and picked up a couple. Picked up the camera's acting crazy. Picked up the old Air Force VC. What's that? C-32, 7.5. What else did we grab? Then the wife got excited, and then she wanted a Hawaiian 7.8. So
ooh.
Yeah, gotta pay the credit card off this month. We got a couple more.
Oh yeah.
It was like once we started going back there, she just kept like, I want that one. We're gonna put that one up. So.
Well, the thing is that you would have a wife that would say, I want one of those. That's I think that's
but she doesn't. She doesn't want them because she's an aviation geek. She wants them because they look cute.
Yeah, she just wanted to look. But then it was a way to get me to get what I wanted, so she can get what she wanted. Because after that, we had to go to the Mall of America to buy what she wanted.
That's always a good trade-off, right? That's always the thing. Hey, I want to take a moment and say hi to my darling granddaughter Allison in Indiana and her boyfriend Luke watching Captain Jack tonight. Grandpa loves you guys. You guys have a great evening and glad to have you along with us. EJ, okay, we asked you that already. CST, did you actually bring anything home from the floor? Did you purchase anything while you were there?
Not much. Every time I went, especially the first time, I came back with more stuff that I could carry. So I gradually started, slimming down on what I take back home type stuff. But I just got a model, 1/200 scale, 321 100th anniversary Delta Gemini Jets.
Gemini Jets.
Yeah.
Model. So I got one of those, and then something else. What else did I get? Oh, some mouse pads. I picked up a couple of mouse pads from different vendors. That's about it.
I thought that was great.
Things.
I thought that was great the way you worked that deal on that 100-year Delta too. That was pretty cool.
Well, yeah, it's yeah, and it was funny what I said when you were asking for price on the one you were going to buy, and I told you to drop it. It would be worth less money.
Oh, dang. There he goes. Well, I'll have to fix that. How much you take off? There you go. All right. Very good, guys. Well, Flight Sim Expo was a lot of fun. Next year, who's going? Are you planning on going? I, at this point, am planning ongoing. We've got another family event that month, and if it doesn't fall on the same weekend next year, then my wife and I have already talked about that. Craig, I'm going to come to you next. Do you plan on trying to go to the next one? Is this something that's up your alley? What do you think?
It is Vegas. Vegas is fun. I also think Vegas is done. I might actually try and work some magic around here in Colorado and see if I can hit some of my old convention folks up and maybe try and get something in Denver if anybody's up for that. See what we could get maybe a year or two down the line. So, but for now, I'm not necessarily planning on Vegas. It's still Vegas. It's close enough for me that should the event happen and I'm able to do it, I could go out to it. So it's probably going to be more of a I'll be standby on that one.
Okay, you're going to be on standby. I like that. Very well put. EJ, you've already said that you're going to try to make it, do you think, and set up all your stuff?
Yeah, that's right. I'm not a big fan of Vegas, but I figure it's an excuse to go see Mickey Mike and also try to see if I can get out to the show. There's actually a show in called FS Weekend that takes place in April that will have a higher priority for me. That one's in Europe. So I will see if I can make it to that one. And then if I've got money left over, I'll see if I can make it to Vegas.
Right on, right on. Mark, how about you? Now, Mark, you may have a wee bit of a longer way to go than you did this time.
Yeah, so right now I'm planning. We'll see what happens because, about to move across the water for the next year or so. So we'll see about Vegas.
Now you're just not moving across the water. You're moving around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be something. And once again, thank you for your service as CSTU as well, and all that you guys have done for your country and the service that you've rendered to us all. We so appreciate that, and really, really. There are times when I wish that I had done that myself. I can look back and think, I could have maybe been a real pilot had I done that. But
it's never too late, Jack. We can get you in the uniform real quick.
I can't pass a physical, dude. No, I don't think that'll work. Guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button for me, please. I would appreciate that. Beanie Aviation, welcome aboard. Let's see. Anybody else in the chat have any questions? I'm not really seeing anything at the moment. By the way, Craig, you and I may have to hit this up. I'm going to look at my pictures during our next little segment here and see if I can find it. But I want to say it was on June 27th. I'll go through my pictures here and see if I can find it. But there's a special exhibition going on here in Denver there we go. I found it. June 24th through the 27th. Uh-oh, Mark. Mark, you got to come to Denver this weekend. Dig this, dude.
What's that?
World's largest airline collectibles show, an airline history conference, June 24th through the 27th. Airliners International 2026 in Denver.
Oh, man.
So might have to think about that.
I'm going to have to think about that one.
Yeah. CST, you too. You're just a hop, skip, and a short flight away. So, you might head this way. You guys, you get on your motorcycle and come on over, and there you go. Well, we'll have to think about that. Want to talk about some new updates that came out. So the new Minnesota, Illinois, Wisconsin scenery. I was kind of like, well, it's kind of funny. You guys released this right after Expo, after we're all there, and I think they kind of made a good point with that because I'm flying around, I download it, I install it. I'm zooming around Minneapolis, and they actually did some incredible things with this. Not only could I spot the Normandy Best Western Hotel that we stayed at in downtown Minneapolis, but if you go further down 7th Street, you can see the big Prince mural that's on the side of one of those buildings down there, and the Target Center is right just down the street from that, and all the buildings are anatomically correct and all this kind of stuff. Have any of you guys downloaded this and taken a look at it yet?
I downloaded it, but no, I hadn't took a look at it yet.
And taking a look. And, it covers Chicago, and it covers northern Illinois and parts of Wisconsin, too. CST, have you seen it yet? Have you looked at it?
I have not looked at it, but yeah, like Mark said, it's the update, right?
Yeah.
The
city update.
They do this every year. It's whatever the expo is, they kind of update the sceneries around that area. So it's not something that's new. Literally every expo they release an update revolving around the expo. They did last year. They did Providence, and you could literally go to the to where they did the expo, and you could walk around the expo floor in the sim.
Yeah.
So it's
wow,
pretty cool.
That is very cool. I didn't know that.
But
yeah. Hey, by the way, let's go back to this for just a moment. Willie Nilly, who I got to meet there, wonderful young man, met him and his dad. So good to see you there, Willie Nilly. I don't know why I'm having trouble saying that. I used to be a radio disc jockey, a professional pronunciator. Yeah, don't try that at home. But I'm having trouble saying that. Anyway, Willie, it was great to meet you and your dad, and hope you're doing well. Beanie Aviation says I downloaded that, but it said it has an error. Yeah, I didn't have that problem there. Let's see. I think that catches us up for the moment. So another update. And Craig, I'm going to come to you first because you've been flying this a lot, even over the past week. The new iFly 737 MAX had the update come out. I thought myself it was a little cumbersome to have to deal with because you got to delete any and all references to the old one, and yeah, that was fine. It wasn't that hard, but sometimes I'm glad I know just a little bit about computers anyway, enough to be dangerous, because getting that in here and getting it started was a little difficult for me. But what I was going to say is the one thing that it does not do when it started out that's holding me off from wanting to fly it some is, at least at day before yesterday, Wing Control has come out with a new SimApp Pro update, and I haven't seen if it addressed it yet. But none of my Wing Control peripherals would work with that. But you've been flying it a little bit this week. What are your thoughts? How do you like this update?
I actually really enjoy it. I like the Max before. I will say that the before SP1, it seemed kind of best way to put it is kind of 8-bit. You had a big old clunky iPad or EFB, a very industrial Boeing thing, and it just blocked out a huge portion of your view off your peripherals. They were a little clunky getting into some of the menus in that. Some of the graphics on the panel were less like the old photorealistic days, Microsoft Flight Simulator X or something like that. So, or even before that. But yeah, it feels like it operates a little better, a little more similar to, say, the PMDGs, or a little less sort of. It's kind of hard to explain how it felt in the past, where it just sort of seemed a little clunky, and the nose wheel steering was always sort of kind of a little niggly thing that you kind of had to fiddle fart around with and get it going, and brakes, and remembering that you have to do it this way or that way. So it's sort of, they've got it more aligned with what people are more used to with, if they've flown the PMDGs or some of the other, the CSS 200. But yeah, I like it. I think it's well worth flying. I understand they are working to get that connectivity between the wind control stuff and the aircraft. So it's just a matter of time with those. But I do like the Max. I've done a few flights in it. So it's just kind of getting used to it and remembering the things that we used to have to do in the other one that you still kind of have to do in this one, but it's not quite as sort of obtuse to get around.
Sure. So would you say it is a really good upgrade, worthwhile? The new EFB has so much control in it. What do you think?
It does, and it feels a lot more 2024 native, and that's kind of one of the things that I'm all but not in 2020, with the exception of having some liveries brought over from 2020, needing to have that installed to get some of these workarounds up and running. All but ready to just uninstall 2020 altogether.
Yeah, I did that a while back, actually, and have been really happy with it. By the way, I'm finding that most of, even like the Flight Sim TO airports, they seem to actually work pretty well in 2024. A little sidebar thing there. Let's see, Mark, have you flown? Have you tried the new update? Have you had a chance to fool with it this week?
Yeah, the second I got home, I uninstalled, reinstalled it, and took it for a spin. Overall, it's good. A few performance issues that is suspected, went into release, but for the most part, it flies good. The new FB is more modern, so I guess people that fly with a lot of EFBs will appreciate that more.
Okay.
But for the most part, yeah, I enjoyed it. It flies like a Boeing, just like any other Boeing that we got in the sim, minus the Asobo one. That one sucks, but good to go.
Yeah, and that's another thing I'd like to say is, with the iFly, you really need to be up to speed on their Discord for some of the problems that they're tracking on it and the workarounds that they have, because I was one that would have to. I prefer to only start their partner app for the Max if I'm going to fly that aircraft on my flight. With the problems they're having, you actually have to have it so it's built into the EXE, the XML startup, just like you do a lot of the other fun things. And that way you don't have a memory leak, which was causing a lot of those technical issues that they were having on initial launch. So you do have to stay up to speed on that Discord, their support Discord, so that you are kind of ahead of the game when it comes to flying that thing.
Okay. Well, you know what? I kind of depend on you, Craig, as my update teacher and all that. I'm a little lazy because you always seem to. I don't know how many times we've been in a flight together, and I've said, "Wait a minute, this is happening over here. How do you fix this, Craig?" And you've kept up with it so well. CST, yeah, if Al's can join in. He had originally told me earlier this week that he had something going on, so. If he's available and wants to jump in, absolutely. He's part of the core group all the time, so if he can make it, that would be fine. EJ, have you flown the new iFly Max yet? The update, SP1 as they call it?
No, I downloaded it, and I did see the update had arrived, but I'm learning a lot about it from you folks here as you're describing your experiences with it. Makes me a little bit cautious of actually getting in there, because I get pretty frustrated pretty quickly, and I will shut my sim down and call it a night. So might not be time for me to get in just yet.
Take your toys home and not play anymore, huh?
That's right.
Yeah, that's fun. That's
EJ,
fun.
don't want to scare you. It flies great. It's just knowing a couple of little things. So when you uninstall the old one and put the new one in, just follow all the kind of default prompts. But because that is just one of my things, I don't want things to automatically start. I'm the guy that turns off the start on Windows Start checkbox on almost any app I get. So it's just some of those little things. Just go in and read the Discord. Nothing to be afraid of. It's going to fly well. It's going to be all right. So don't worry about it. It is a good update. So,
you know, the one thing that I guess I'll say, I was going to say I don't like it. It's not that big a deal, but I do kind of hate having to start that iFlyMax plugin every time, you know, before you start the sim up and use that airplane. It would be nice if it just worked natively and, you know, like the PMDG stuff is. So,
yeah. And that's what I'm talking about, is that iFly 7 Max plugin that you have to start. You have to start that with the sim when you start the sim, not double click on the icon, or else you'll end up introducing a memory leak.
Wow. Okay, now I'm not sure I understand that. So whoa, wait a minute. What's going on here? There we go. Sorry about that. I had something down in there that wasn't supposed to be on. So when you say double click, Craig, what are you talking about?
So, you know, before you started the flight sim, you used to double click and start the iFly 737 Max plugin for 24.
Yeah.
And then it would come up and it would read the airports and all the other fun stuff. You don't want to do that. You want to, when you install it, you get an option to have that added to the XML EXE, kind of like if you have the TDS or any of the aftermarket Garmin's. It automatically starts when you start the sim. It's part of, like, if you're old timer, the old batch file, when you would start a computer and you'd change your batch file so it started things. Okay. That's what it is. That's what you're doing, is you are setting it so that when you start the sim, it automatically starts that app for you.
Okay, so it's going to start all the time, regardless of whether or not you're flying the iFlyMax, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So that option is what I always used to do. Is that way, if I wasn't flying it, I didn't have to worry about it clogging up code somewhere or files and other fun stuff. And that's what it's doing. So, but that's the other part, is this is also not a native 2024 aircraft. As much as they say it is, it's still 2020. Service Pack is getting it ready to go to 2024 and being a native aircraft, but it's kind of just sort of a patch over.
Okay, that makes sense. And I actually think I remember reading that somewhere this week. Okay, very good. Let's see. Glass out. Let's go ahead and get into that a little bit here. I'm trying to get something set up to where I can show you guys this. And we'll just use this one because it's already here and easy to do. So we'll get that one set up. Anyway, who else is using Glass Out? And CST, I was curious, what are you using in that new sim now to be able to get all of your peripherals, all of your screens in for the PFD and the ND and everything else in there? What are you using at this time to run your cockpit there?
So I was using Pop-Up Manager because I've had numerous issues with Glass Out. I started using Glass Out, but it caused my sim to crash all the time. Get some weird DXGI error or something of the nature. So I went to the Pop-Up Manager. That seems to be working great for me. And now I'm trying Glass Out again. And with the most recent version, I think they're like on version 1.12 or something like that. And it seems to be doing okay. I did get a crash today while testing everything. But I went into with the new update. Now you have different methods of displaying all your stuff or capturing all your stuff. So you have your present, experimental, safe mode, all that good stuff. So right now I'm trying safe mode because with every other mode, I either get freezes, so my gauge will freeze, and or a crash, either instant crash or after like 10, 15 minutes of flying, sometimes 5 minutes. I would literally get the good old famous, the your video card is overheating, blah, blah, which is not the case. My video card has not gone above 50 degrees Celsius since I've installed it. So the GPU is doing just great. The computer I got is barely doing anything. It's barely working. It's not working at all, actually. I wish it would work a little bit harder, but it's not.
That's great. What a great problem.
It just handles the sim comfortably, yeah. Yeah, it has no issues with the sim whatsoever. So it's doing a great job. But yeah, glass out, that's what I'm using right now. As of today, I reinstalled it and I'm trying it out. Sorry. And we'll see what happens. If I keep getting those random freezes and crashes, I'm gonna need to go back to Pop-Out Manager, and I would hate to do that because right now I have the main PC, the gaming PC. Let's call it the gaming PC, is running the sim and these three big monitors, right? The 385 inches, and then I have the second PC, which is, I guess, my streaming PC, let's call it that, that's streaming everything, cameras and all that good nonsense. And then it's got these three monitors on the MIP hooked up to it. And that's how I render my gauges through glass out. Pop-Out Manager is not able to do that on dual PCs. Pop-Out Managers, you can only use it on one PC, the PC that's running the sim. Glass out as a host and a client that you can install on the computers. And when you do that, I probably gained on as far as frame rates is concerned, I gained anything between 10 and 15 frames after swapping glass out to a client on my secondary PC. So if I can keep using glass out, great. If not, then I'm gonna have to revert back. But it is beta. I'm not mad about it. Like you said, it's only like $15. I think when I bought it, it was like $12.
Yeah.
It's still in beta access. The guy is on vacation. He's probably not gonna provide another update for another couple of months because I heard he's on vacation for the next few months. So he's probably turned off and he's enjoying his time off. And right now we're gonna have to live with the bugs and whatever are present on this program. But I understand it's a better thing, and I keep providing him feedback and logs and errors and all that good stuff as much as I can to help him out because I want to see the program succeed. It's an amazing program. This program, I'll put it to you this way: for $12, this program kind of does not to a full extent, but kind of does what ProSim does for $1,500.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely amazing.
It's amazing that we can have this kind of technology and these kind of developers and these kind of people that are just so stinking smart, coming up with all of this kind of stuff. And I want to take just a moment and ask. Well, first of all, Mark, Craig, EJ, are you guys using this? Do you pop out instrumentation on screens? I've got old man eyes, and sitting here looking at my 34-inch curved gaming monitor, I really, you guys see me doing this a lot. Doing this a lot because I'm, looking through the bottom part of the glasses there, having a hard time seeing it. So when I pop these out, not only is it practical from an aircraft standpoint, I can really see everything and make it as big or as small as I need. Are any of you guys in the panel using this as well?
I have it downloaded. I don't use it just yet.
Okay.
I wasn't familiar with it at all until just now, looking it up as we're talking about it.
Okay. I'm going to take my camera here, and I'm going to show you guys this real quick. So let me go ahead and make me full screen here. And
How about you, Mark?
I'll just show you. So here's...
Hey, I'm not using it right now.
Oh, okay, Mark, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to skip you.
No,
there.
you're good.
Apologies.
You're good. No, I don't use it.
Okay. It's a little out of focus there. It's not showing up well. I need to get a feed. But, of course, now here's my sim and monitor, and then right below the Boeing stuff is what I call my instrumentation monitor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and I've already selected my aircraft. It found it, Airbus A320neo by fly-by-wire. It's just the one that I was using today, and I'm going to hit start, and then you're going to see all of this stuff pop up in here. You can see the PFD, the ND. You can see the engine instrumentation. You can see the bottom. I forget what this other, what the bottom right-hand screen is. I've got 1200 that's in there for the transponder, and then the radio frequencies that, of course, you would go down in the aircraft and see with that. Now, with these pop-outs too, I have absolute. I don't know if this is going to be able to be seen, 120, 114, 113 frames. Now, here's the bug that I found with it. Okay, when I click in one of these other monitors, so you guys can see I've got the bottom monitor below the gaming monitor, and then the extra monitor that I have for other stuff in the upper right-hand side there. That's what I use for VATSIM and putting other things up that I need to look at. But when I click in one of these other monitors, you can see the frame rate went down to, it's at 74 for the moment. I did see a 49. I am in Denver. I forget which software that I'm using, with the A320. But
that's
when
normal.
What's
That's normal, Jack.
Okay, but look at this, though.
That's
when I click back in the main monitor, the frame rates shoot up and stay consistently above 100. And
that's normal because when you're clicking off the game, it's only displaying raw frame rate. When you click into the game, it's giving you frame generation, so it doubles the frames.
I see. So is that something that is considered a bug? Or something that can be corrected?
No.
Because the other part of this too, CST, that I'll say is I run my gaming monitor off my 4070 Super, NVIDIA card. The other two monitors are running off the resident motherboard video. So yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
It's not a bug. It's normal. It's absolutely normal. So because your what are you using there? Your auto FPS software?
Yes. Yeah. I've got auto FPS. Yeah.
Your auto FPS is displaying you the frame rates in the sim, right?
Right.
The minute you click off the sim, frame generation disabled itself. It's only going to give you the raw frames. So if you add 100 frames clicked on, when you click off, it's going to show you that now you're running at 50 frames, not FG, just FPS.
Gotcha.
You'll see the difference. It'll show you. It'll say it's either going to say 100 and something FG, which is frame gen,
right?
Or when you click off, it's going to change and it's going to say 50, 60 FPS, right?
Gotcha.
Without frame generation.
Right.
But it's absolutely normal because frame generation is only active on the actual sim, not another screen. So whenever you click off the sim, it's not going to show you the frame generation.
I see. Okay. See, learn something new every day. Craig, what do you think?
If you're not learning, you're not living.
That's right. I knew you were going to say that. That's why I came to you.
And another happy customer from 1-800-CST help desk.
Right. Isn't that what it's all about?
Part.
Oh, nice. Okay, CST.
No, and that's it. I'm old and my eyes are failing me, but I'm still okay with what I've got on my 55-inch TV in front of me, and I get nice resolution. So I don't have a whole lot that I'm popping out. But with it, I'm looking to my Hornet instrumentation in front of me. I have the WinWing 3 display units. I didn't get them with displays in them because I was working VR. It might be one of those things where I'm able to drop those in there and use it a little cheaper than like the $300 that WinWing wanted for those in the past.
Okay. Brand of Sim Pilot. Jimmy, hello. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream this evening. He says the same thing. When you click out of the sim focus is lost. Okay. Well, I learned something new. However, I am totally enamored with this glass out thing because the one other good thing about it is you can use any old other monitor that you might have on hand. And the nice thing about that is I saw that piece of gear. I know I saw a couple of people review it that really what CST, the Airbus screen, I forget who makes it. I just went, wow, that's an awful lot for a monitor when this will do the same thing on any old monitor, and maybe even better for 12 or 15 or however much bucks it is now. So I'm pretty impressed. All right. Any other thoughts on that?
Yeah, what version of Glass Out are you on?
Let me take a look and see. It's the latest update. Is it going to tell me?
Should be in the setting tab.
Yeah, let me look at that.
I'm trying to figure out why, and it's not just me. There's a lot of people on his Discord that claim to be having the same issues with the crashes and freezes.
Yeah, 1.12.
But I hear from a lot of people
1.12.
that are having literally no issues whatsoever. So it's funny. It's I don't understand what's causing all these issues with me, but what's the difference? What's the common denominator? I guess.
Yeah.
A lot of the young folks in the chat will not understand what that means, but yeah.
Yeah, CST. What refresh rate? I'm only running 30 FPS frame rate in Glass Out, and I'm
at
noticing
60 because I have 60 hertz refresh rate on the monitors that I have. So I figure keep them the same should be good to go.
I might give that a try.
But I tried it. I tried going down to 30. I've tried everything, and I keep getting issues. The only success I've had so far where I've only seen one crash so far rather than 20 in less than an hour is separating it, having the secondary PC work Glass Out rather than the main PC, and that has worked a little better for me. But I'm trying to figure out what is it that's making me having these issues when there's so many other people that are not. Am I doing too much? Am I asking because I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pop outs.
Yeah.
So maybe it's too much for the program, because a lot of the people that are having success are like, oh, I'm flying the Cessna and whatever, and they got like 2 pop outs. Okay, great. That doesn't help anybody. You know what I'm saying? So for the full cockpit setups, I don't see too many people on his. The only person that has a lot of success with this program that I know is his name is Swanson. His real name is Mike.
Mike.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's using it, but he's using it for a Boeing. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the difference is, right? So he's using it for a Boeing, and I'm using it with the Phoenix. I mean, is it the Phoenix that's causing the issues? I don't know. I have no idea what's causing all the issues. The developer tells me that he's tried it with the Phoenix and everything works well, but is he trying it popping out all the gauges, or is he just popping out a couple of gauges, taking it out for 30 minutes, and it's good to go? You see what I'm saying? Is he doing a full setup like me, where I have literally everything that requires to be running this thing? MobiFlight, WingFlex, SimApp Pro, and then you got Glass Out in the mix, right? So, if the developer himself and some of these other people are giving the feedback that, it works great, but the only thing you're running is Glass Out and nothing else in the background, then keep the comments to yourself. You see what I'm saying? That's not, I have had some people telling me, you need to uninstall, you need to turn off frame generation, and you need to do. No, that's not the way that works. The way it works is the developer needs to fix the software. I shouldn't have to turn off frame generation.
Yeah. I
shouldn't have to buy another PC to have Glass Out work on a secondary PC. I shouldn't have to do any of that. What I should do is provide him feedback for him to be able to fix it the way it works, no matter what type of settings you're utilizing. But try uninstalling Chase Plane. Try and go into your BIOS. I'm not doing all that crap, man. Just the program needs to get fixed. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and for me, I probably would have learned this last weekend had I been able to meet the Glass Out people, because Mark, I think I even asked you if you knew where they might be, or if it were possible to run into them. I love the program. CST, I've got 6 pop-outs going right now, and I've been able to do that pretty consistently over all my aircraft. And I've not run into this. Now, granted, I ain't running, that big old thing you have behind you there, which is just beautiful. And we got to talk more about that in a minute too.
It could be. I mean, it could be some other software. Not behaving with glass out of conflict or something. Could be. But like I said, if that's the case, then that's something that needs to get fixed. Because if he's making this for people to be able to use it on such a thing, then he needs to realize that these people are going to be running either, SPAT.NEX, MobiFlight, SimApro, WingFlex, whatever you need to be able to run all those things. They need to be able to, get along with Glass Out. If they don't get along with Glass Out, then he's just wasting his time. He needs to be able to figure out how to do it and fix it. I'm sure he'll get there. Like I said, it's a beta. It's a very new program. I'm hoping for the best. Like I said, I'm trying to give him as much feedback and I almost message him on a daily. Hey, this is what happened. This is what's going on.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to help him out because I really, really want this program to work because it's so much better than the old pop-out manager that we relied on for years now. Because that one takes a huge toll on your system. And,
it does.
And performance. So.
Yeah, it really does. By the way, Dan Barry says, CST, if you need technical support, he's available. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who Dan is, but there you go.
Dan Barry is the person that gets blamed on Captain's Canada stream all the time. Yeah, blame Dan. That's him.
Blame Dan.
Yeah,
then I mean, if you can fix my glass out, that'd be great.
Yeah, there you go. By the way, some of the people. Let's talk about that. Go back to Expo for just a moment, and Craig, maybe you'll find this interesting too. All the people that we got to meet the other day, it was really a lot of fun. I got to meet Captain Canada. Super nice guy. Really enjoyed chatting with him, and I love watching his streams. And actually, CST. Your streams, guys, your production is all polished and it looks so good. And it's amazing to me that we can have virtual TV studios in our homes now with free software like OBS and everything. But talked with him a little bit about some of his production that he does. And Craig, I enjoy what you do too. Are any of you guys using AI to assist in your live streams at all? Now, today's thumbnail, I made it using our virtual flight deck postcard that Mike made. And I said, here, we're doing this. It's at this time. It's got these people. And I threw it in there, and it brought out the thumbnail for tonight's virtual flight deck. Mark, are you using AI?
I just want to let you know.
Oh,
I just want to let you know your daughter's in the chat. You might want to say something.
Oh, hello. Oh, yeah. Hey, Shino, you are there. Hello. Sorry I missed that as it comes up. Nice. Welcome aboard. Good to have you aboard the virtual flight deck. Just in the other room, across the house there. It's amazing how far
I'm stepping into the lavatory. There's no smoke detectors in it.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah, that was one thing I meant to ask you. Have the ventilation running too, please. Oh, that'd be good. I forgot where I was. I don't know what I was talking about now.
We're talking about AI.
AI, yeah. So, Mark, are you doing anything with that at all? With flight simulation?
Not with flight simulation. In work, yes. I'm starting to embrace some of the AI. But yeah, I'm seeing some of the same things you're seeing around in the flight sim community. AI, it can help tremendously, especially if you're on the time crunch. Like I said, needing a thumbnail, you can instantly take a picture in the sim. Hey, AI, do this for me, and boom, it'll spit you something out within 2 seconds, and you're good to go. So I think it's the start of the beginning of AI in the flight sim community.
Yeah. There are a lot of detractors about that, and that's not really a forum for this type of thing that we're doing here, but there's a lot of detractive from the artistic community, of course, about AI and some damaging things that can cause. So I do think we have to be very, very careful at what that may bring out. Craig, what do you think?
You know, so I am not very artistically inclined. So I do use a lot of AI in my thumbnails. But this is where, I mean, I grew up in a very computer based household. My dad was a computer scientist. And so knowing how to talk to AI, and my wife does a lot of stuff with AI right now. It's almost the exact same workflow that I did prior to the introduction of AI to generate my thumbnails now, but it's a lot more polished than it was. It's starting to get a lot more stagnant, so I have to start introducing or in my prompt, I have to do a lot more, hey, let's make it a little more of this, a little less that. Hey, let's try and make it a little professional. Let's try and make it a little more simple, or let's do this, or let's do that. There's a couple of iterations, and I try and keep it right on the free tier of AI. I'm not paying for any AI subscriptions. So I don't know if there's a whole lot more beyond that with the larger models and Nano Banana, Sora, or any of the other fun stuff, but it's almost the exact same workflow. It just produces a better image of what I had in my head on the screen for me to put out my flights or my thumbnails.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm kind of the same way. I'm not an artist by any stretch of the imagination, but being able to use, I've done a couple of my backgrounds that I pull off of real flights that I'm doing in the sim, and then I put that in there. Says using this as a background, I want to say this. I'm going from here to there. This is the time, this is the place, any other little details that I might want to do. And it works well. And CST, I know that you've been using a fair amount of AI art generation, and your thumbnails always look amazing. How difficult, as Craig was saying, you have to manipulate it with your words. How difficult are you finding that? Easy or otherwise, or are you getting used to it? What do you think?
I'm gonna be honest with you, and a lot of the people that hang out with me in the Discord know.
Yeah.
The less time I can spend making a thumbnail, the best, because I can care less about thumbnail. I really don't care. So the introduction of AI to me was a godsend, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
Because I'll take a picture, I'll upload it in the mainly I use ChatGPT. I know there's others out there.
Yeah.
But I use ChatGPT, and I put the picture up there and I tell AI, hey, in this thumbnail, for example, the last I did was flying with turbo. So I told AI, hey, I'm flying the 1-to-1 scale cockpit that I built, and I'm flying it with an FO for the first time. Make the picture look better, generate me a thumbnail. That's it. Yep. And 2 minutes later, I have a thumbnail, and whatever comes out, trust me when I say this, I don't care. Copy, paste, thumbnail, let's go. What's important to me is the content, not the thumbnail. I can care less about the thumbnail.
Yeah.
People like Owls, for example, they spent literally hours generating a thumbnail, and I think it's just a waste of time. If you talk to I've spoken to numerous content creators out there that have millions of subscribers, and they say, I just take a picture, bro, put it up there, that's it. They don't even use AI. Like, they just take a picture, put it up there, and done. It's a picture, and no borders, no nothing. I give you a prime example. A good content creator, Jeff Aviano. Go look at his thumbnails. It's literally a picture. He doesn't put nothing on the picture. It's a picture and then a title. Done. So the what do you call it? Is that appealing to some people, seeing a thumbnail? Oh, that thumbnail looks good, and click. To me, it's a very small percentage of people that actually are attracted by a thumbnail, right? Usually it's a title or the content itself. Oh, what's this person doing? Oh, it's a 1-to-1 scale cockpit. I want to go see that, right? or this guy is showcasing a new product that I'm interested in. Um, the thumbnail itself, the less time I can spend on it, the better, dude. I don't care about that stuff. That's all crap to me.
Yep, I totally get you. I totally get you. I don't have a lot of time to put those together either, and I do come from a radio background where everything is auditory anyway. But the bottom line is, they're nice. It's really great to be able to generate them so quickly or throw a couple of ideas at it. And I don't have to spend all this time manipulating PowerPoint. I was doing everything in PowerPoint prior to all this. Mark, you're kind of laughing. What are your thoughts?
No, when you said PowerPoint, I just kind of showed your age a little bit because, that's kind of the world we grew up in. Was PowerPoint this and Microsoft Word that.
Oh, yeah. That's great. Turbo 1979, good evening. Welcome aboard. We thought the thumbnail looked amazing when it generated it. You even said nobody will pay that much attention to the
Turbo
detail.
is talking about if you actually look and pay close attention to the thumbnail that it generated for me on this last stream I did with him. AI totally messed up the whole cockpit. The cockpit, there's like MCDUs on the armrest, right?
Yeah.
And Turbo pointed that out to me. Hey, the picture's messed up, and I was like, I don't care, bro. Let's go. We're streaming. We're going. I really don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Like the thumbnail is the least of my worry. And yeah, I don't care. Like me, like I said, I'm gonna keep repeating this until I'm blue in the face. Wasting time on a thumbnail to me is the biggest, worst mistake you can make in content creation. And all you gotta do is go look at other people's channel that has millions of subscribers and look at a thumbnail. It's the ugliest freaking thumbnails you can ever take a look at. That's not what it's about. So I'm not concerned about a thumbnail.
Yeah, I get you. And I can equate it to this way: a 250-watt radio station, if it's got good programming on it and it's stuff people want to hear, will outperform a 100-kilowatt FM if the content is good. You know what I'm saying? That's a big thing in radio for me these days. Is the content good? People will come. If it's not, then it doesn't matter how big you dress it up. It's not going to make any difference. Braniff SimPilot says, I had Chat GPT create a baseline thumbnail and downloaded it. Now I just upload that image and tell what I want it to look like. Yeah, that's kind of what I did with the virtual flight deck thumbnail here this evening. Jimmy, good to have you here tonight. Okay, well, guys, I would like to hear CST describe his cockpit, tell us all the blood, sweat, and tears story that he has in putting it together. And I'm kind of running out of topics tonight, so I think we've covered a fair amount and done pretty good. CST, what do you want to tell the world that you haven't already told already about that beautiful cockpit that you're sitting in?
I mean, it took me off and on because I didn't constantly work on it. I actually took a huge break. I think I wasn't even looking at it for about 3 months. Like I stopped totally working on it.
Sure.
So initially, if you see my build process, going back, my playlist, you would see that I was making constant progress and just busting my butt. I was coming out here at like 7 in the morning, and I wasn't going in the house until, 8, 9 p.m. at night. So I was, breaking for lunch and coming back right out here to get some stuff done. And then I got to a point where I realized I wasn't going to reach my goal, which my goal was to have it ready for last year's World Flight. And I think I was about, 2 months away from World Flight. And I'm like, it's never going to happen. So I literally, I'm like, that's it. And, we're not going to push for that. And I kind of slowed it down a lot, actually. I started doing other things. I started piecing parts together, ordering stuff that I needed. And some of this stuff takes a while to get here because, some of the stuff that I have comes from the Philippines, and the person that makes some of these panels, SL3, he's backed up on orders for months. So, if you was to order one of his panels now, you're not going to see it at 3, 4, 5 months from now, if you know what I mean. So um, that's some of the things that you need to keep in mind if you're using, some of his stuff. Same thing goes with wind control. Like I would love to have a legit overhead panel, but it's not out yet, and I'm not paying whatever it is, 10, 11, 12,000 dollars or more actually for a Scalarchi overhead panel because
Yeah.
to me it's a waste of money. It's as much as real as that will look to me. When I look at the wind control one that's coming out for 350, and I look at the Scalarchi one, I'm like, it's the same crap, man. They do the same thing. Sure, the color's a little off or whatever. To me, it's the same piece of equipment. So, yeah, it's yes, there is blood on this. My blood is on this. As a matter of fact, Turbo was here one day when I was drilling on some stuff, and um, I I drilled one of my fingers. But fortunately, it wasn't that bad. But
Oh,
yeah,
dear.
there's definitely blood under this carpet somewhere. We
So I
covered it
gotta
up.
ask, have you slept in it now that it's fully built?
No, I have not slept in it. But I don't.
Here.
I foresee myself falling asleep in it during maybe a long flight. Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely. But yeah, I mean, it's got like I was saying earlier, it's pretty much got everything. It doesn't. It's not lacking any equipment or. Sure, the overhead that I'm using now is not a full scale. It's only 80%, and it's missing some of the stuff that you would otherwise look at, but not necessarily use on a daily basis when you go to do A to B flight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For a normal flight, this has got everything you may ever need to do a flight. So the only thing that I'm missing right now is um, the volume control panels for the radios, which are really not needed, to be quite honest. On vPilot, I don't think you can manipulate vPilot with those regardless. I got to look into it, but it's complete. And then slowly, but every time something comes out that I can upgrade, I probably will. Point in case the wind control tillers is something that I want to incorporate into this sim. I have tillers that I built myself, but yeah, they're not even I can't even compare these to the ones that Wind Control is making. Just the way I actually for the first time put my hands on the Wind Control tiller at this expo, and I mean they got a metal handle on it, and it just feels quality. The spring tension on the tiller is nice and stiff. It's not like the 3D printed parts. It's really really good. So I can't wait to get my hands on a couple of those for FO and captain side. Obviously, like I said before, the overhead panel is one of those things that I am. I wish I could go to bed right now and wake up at the end of the year so that I could install it right, tomorrow type of stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, like I said, 8-9 months, a lot of printing, a lot of DIY. That's the thing, right? So a lot of people, I want to do this. Okay, great. Do you have, a few $1,000s of tools in your garage? Because you're gonna need those.
Yeah.
Do you have a couple of 3D printers? Because you're gonna need maybe even more than a couple, right? Especially, how quickly do you want to get it done? Not any old-fashioned printer is gonna print the stuff. It's gonna require a printer with a certain size bed to be able to print a lot of those parts. And then I'm lucky enough that I have a buddy of mine, Turbo, that he has a much better printer than I do with a much bigger print plate. So he's able to print the big components that I have not been able to print, such as the windows and the front windshield and the tray tables and all that stuff that I thought I was never going to be able to do. He's able to do it for me. So that's absolutely fantastic. I've been trying to save as much as possible. I'm lucky enough. A lot of I get a lot of shit in my comments. Oh, it must be nice for a YouTuber getting all this free stuff. And a lot of these people don't understand. Either they don't understand or they're just plain stupid. I'm not getting any free stuff. I work for this stuff, right? I produce videos, reviews, I showcase stuff every time I stream, and that's my time, right? And my time is a price. So if companies send me stuff to review and showcase, it is a price. I'm taking time out of my day to review this stuff, to showcase and make videos, edit, and I don't like to edit. Let me record another take. Let me do, it's a lot of people, oh, it's free. It's not free. You're working for it. But aside from that, the only company that has sent me stuff, let's call it free for this carpet, is Wind Control. No other company has sent me everything. Everything else is coming out of my pocket. Anything you see here, except for the Wind Control stuff, I bought. Nobody has sent me anything. So without counting, because a lot of people, oh, it must be nice. Yes, it must be nice. But if I take away all the stuff that I received from companies such as Wind Control, I'm still over $20,000. You understand what I'm saying? So the fact that they're saying, oh, you're doing all this for free. No, I'm not, you idiot. So it's a little aggravating, right? I hold my tongue. I don't answer to comments such as those anymore. Because I can be a little harsh sometimes. I'm a sailor at heart, so I could be a little, like the other day somebody asked me something about how to acquire something legally, and I said, I don't know, go ask your mom type deal. And, I don't want to be that guy, but I had to do it, so I told him to go ask his mom. But yeah, it's, all this stuff for free. I wish everything was for free. I wish my time was free, but it's not.
No.
And if you're if you're an adult and you understand the way life works, your time is money. So, whenever I'm doing a review, whenever I'm recording a video, I am putting time towards that product. That's why companies allow me to keep the stuff and use it, because they know that I'm putting my time in it, showcasing it, and not only on one video, but every time I go live, every time I make a separate video, a short, whatever the case may be. That's time, and time is money. So unfortunately, a lot of people need to understand that. 9 times out of 10, the person that puts a comment like that in the chat is either jealous because they can't do it themselves, or is just a stupid kid, right? That's really that they don't understand how life works. But yeah, 8 months, sweat, blood, tears, all for free, guys. Look at this. I got it all for free. If you can get it for free, do it, man.
I'll tell you what. I've been watching this thing go from I kind of got the genesis of hey, we're gonna 3D print a cockpit. It's gonna be cool. To where you're at now. The other day when you chimed in with your one-on-one sim, I was like, that thing is freaking amazing. And what makes it even more amazing is the work that you put into it. You shared a lot of that, but I can only imagine that that's only about 1/1000th of the work that you put into this thing was ever captured on that video. Because that thing looks amazing. It looks like it performs amazing. I know the Glass Out guy is going to come through for you. It's going to be awesome. But I mean, that is one hell of a flight deck right there. So props to you. Good job, man. It looks amazing. Jealous of you for it. I just are those chairs out of like a 78 Camaro, or
These chairs are out of a Honda CRV.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So I was on Facebook.
Legit.
Yeah, they're. I mean, they're very comfortable. I was on Facebook Market. I was looking for seats with armrest, right? So I was thinking, minivan seats or something of that nature, and I came across this CRV seats, and I was like, cool. They were like $60 for the pair. I'm like, great, let's do it.
Oh yeah.
Done deal. And that worked out perfectly. They do have only one armrest. They don't have two, but it's whatever. They'll work for the time being. Next Level Racing at the expo said that I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. They're working on a new seat, and it's gonna be how they have that new seat that they came out with. It's got the little Microsoft. It's a Microsoft Flight
Yeah.
Simulator sponsored seat.
Yeah.
So they're saying they're coming out with a sponsored licensed Airbus seat.
Uh-huh.
So the CEO of Next Level Racing was there. He was talking to me, and he mentioned the opportunity of me being able to get a pair of those. But I haven't heard it from him since. And again, if you know me, I'm not gonna
Nope.
keep on, ratting. We talked at the expo. We exchanged information. If you really do want to send me a couple of seats, send them. If not, I'm not gonna pick up the phone and call you and bug you about it. I don't care. These seats will work just fine for me.
Dude,
So it is what
I'm
it is.
telling you that is, I mean, I saw those and I'm like, that's freaking ingenious. There you go.
Yeah.
You're not spending
Yeah,
like
it's-
$400 on a gaming chair and trying to adapt it to freaking slide rails or tubing.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
it's-
freaking ingenious. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I've had to do a lot of stuff like think about how to and all that good stuff. I could have went and bought J rails for this thing, and I was pricing them out. I think they were like $600-700 a pop for. So I would have spent over $1,000 for 2 J rails. I'm like, I'm not doing that, man. It's not that complex. So I just bought some V tracks and some rollers, and there it is.
For that matter, you could go. You could have called the junkyard and say, "Hey, you got any rails? You got any of these seats sitting around?"
Yeah, but the thing is, they would have the rails, but they wouldn't have the J rails. The J rails are the ones that kind of curve, move the seat back and to the side. That's what's on most aircraft, airliners, is they come back a little bit and then they move to the side so you can get out. But I made this V-Trax long enough to where the seat actually slides all the way back, and you have plenty of room to get out, both on the left and right side.
Yeah.
So, I just came up with solutions as I went. The thing with a lot of the stuff has been like all trial and errors, right? Because, that's also the reason of what I'm about to say is the reason why I wanted to make videos. Because when I was doing it, when I was thinking about doing it, I was looking all over YouTube and internet. Nobody's have done anything like this, right? There is videos out there of people saying, "Hey, we're gonna build a cockpit," and they show you like a 2-minute reel of them, whatever, hooking up a wire and lighting everything up, and the cockpit is done. So there's not a build process. There's not a none of that, right? So I was pretty much in the dark on what to use, how to solve certain issues that I come across. It's all stuff that I had to figure out on my own, right?
Sure.
Because for the most part, people that do stuff like this, a lot of them are only doing like half of it. They're only doing a one-seater because they don't have the room or whatever the case may be. They're not interested in a full cockpit, and they're using a regular computer chair on wheels. I didn't want to do that. So I kind of had to figure out, if I don't want to spend all this money on a replica aircraft seat that's going to cost me $5,000 a piece, how am I going to solve that issue, right? So I kind of had to figure out stuff on my own. And as I was doing that, I made sure to record it and, hey, this is how I solved this. This is what I did to make this work. That way, if somebody's running into the same issue, they can run across my video, watch it, and maybe get an idea. Maybe not do it exactly like I did, but maybe get an idea and make it even better. So that's kind of like why I did those videos. Yeah, I mean, even the printing stuff, right? Because like I said, a lot of people are like, oh, it must be nice. You're doing all this stuff for free. So I'll give you an example. Just the tray table that we're printing right now, the tray table requires both of them 12 to 15, depending on how you print them. They require 12 to 15 rolls of PLA. One roll of PLA is $35.
Oh my God.
Okay, so do the math.
Yeah.
So that's just for the 2 tables. So you're gonna need a minimum of 12 rolls of PLA. At $30, let's average $30 a pot, whatever that is. Plus the files that I bought from a person that made those files were 195 euro.
Oh my goodness.
So if that's free, I don't know what world you live in. But yeah.
Yeah, that I had no idea. But I'll tell you, Turbo has been making a lot of good comments in here, including this one. I like this. Wants us to ask you, CST, how many times you went to sleep at night and dreamed up a solution to issues that you had with the build?
Pretty much every night.
Every night?
Yep. Because that's the best, by the way, for those of you that are trying to do something like this, there's the best thing to do. If you come to a point where you absolutely don't know what to do, the worst thing you can do is trying to figure out, muscle screw it, to not say another word, just take a break,
Yep.
Disconnect yourself, go take a break, go to bed, go have a coffee, go have a tea, whatever it is you do. Just walk away and maybe get on the internet, watch a few videos, watch a game, watch a race, whatever it is you do for fun. Go to the gym, but disconnect from it, and it'll come to you, right? You'll start thinking about stuff. It'll just come to you, right? And that helps out immensely. And I've done this throughout my career as well. Hey, if something is giving, just take a break, walk away, because if you're just gonna keep doing it the wrong way, it's gonna be even worse, right? It's not gonna give you the result that you're wishing it will. So it would. I'm sorry. So yeah, just walk away. Just take a break, and it'll come to you. But yeah, a lot of times I just get to the point where I just turn off the lights and go inside, take a shower, go to bed, and then the next day you wake up and you're like, that's what I can do.
Oh yeah.
And it's it's great. Yeah. That's and don't rush it. Don't do what I did. Because I was rushing it, and it got to the point where I got really burned out from it, and that's why I told you guys I took a big break. Like for 2 to 3 months, I didn't even open this door to even look at what was inside here. Yeah. I was like, totally, I'm not even gonna touch it for right now. And I did other things, like I said, I researched some more stuff. I took the time to actually do some research and see what other people were doing, if there was other people doing the same thing, and asking questions and waiting on parts, because I got to the point too as well where I was waiting on a lot of those free parts that people think I get all the time, and they weren't coming in. So the SL3 stuff, like I said, you got to order them, and it takes a while. Not cheap, by the way, but yeah, a lot of people ask me, how much money have you put into it? So far, it's been a little bit over $20,000 for those of you that care. I will make a video on it, because I did itemize everything. So, I'm talking from screws to plywood sheets and 2x4s and casters, and everything that I did that I threw in this thing is itemized. And I mean, if you got a PC already, that's even better. I'm telling you right now, if you think you're gonna run 3 85-inch monitors with Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 at 4K with a 4070, it's not gonna happen.
No.
It's not gonna happen. So the only thing that's gonna run efficiently, it's a good CPU. I would probably suggest at a minimum a 9800 X3D, and no less than a 5090. If you go less than a 5090, you pretty much just don't build it. Just don't do it. The computer alone that I built for this sim was upwards of $7,000. So I don't think anyone gave me any of that for free, but I might be wrong.
Yeah. Well, CST, as you say, we salute you for not only building such a beautiful sim cockpit there, but for the service you're doing for the community, as Craig mentioned a couple of times there. The fact that you're doing this and you're doing it so well and you're sharing it with you. I put links up to all three of these guys' channels in the chat, guys. CST Flight Deck, Major Mark, and Charlie 31. You got to check out what CST has done and how he's chronicled this. from the very start, along with Turbo and all the help he's had. And yeah, CST, I think you've done, probably $100,000-$200,000 worth of man work and man hours in creating that. And you've done it because of your love and your passion for flight simulation, and to share it with the community, as you so well document it, is just absolutely outstanding. So, sir, we all salute you. Right back at you.
The best part about this whole thing, right? Because yes, I'm doing it because I love aviation. Obviously, I've worked in the aviation field for 26 years. So yes, it does all the spot in my heart, 100%. So yes, I'm doing this because I do love aviation. But more than anything else, if I succeed with this build and we're able to host a world flight, which I think we should be able to, I don't see why not. All this blood, sweat, and tears that me and Turbo and people like Major Mark, by the way, has donated me iPads and has helped with the structure build that's about to be coming up. So keep your eye open on the channel. We're gonna start building the actual cockpit itself. But once it's all said and done, we are going to be a team on this year World Flight, right? Because that was the goal initially to begin with last year, to have something going. And we're not taking nothing for that. We're just going to be here 24 hours a day for 7 days, I believe it is?
Yeah.
7 days straight, nonstop. And we're doing it for charity.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it for charity. Our charity is St. Jude Children's Hospital. Because I know you don't like me saying this, Jack. You might not like it, but fuck cancer.
Nope.
Especially when it comes to kids. Me or whatever. Okay, good. We live the good life. But the kids, man, we need to figure something out. We need to help them as much as we can. So that's what it's all about, man. And on top of that, I like hanging out with fellow flight simmers. So having fellow flight simmers that I get along with and level-headed and all that good stuff, coming over here, having some fun in my simulator, and maybe going out to dinner and having a couple of brewskis or whatever. That's what it's about, man. It's the community and all that good stuff. So in the meanwhile, as we are trying our best to raise for the charity, we're gonna have a good time as well. So definitely tune in during those periods. There's gonna be a few YouTube channels, with the main one be the Wings for Hope channel, which is the YouTube channel of the team, streaming it from start to finish, 24/7. So definitely stay tuned for that. That's coming out first week of November. Any donation does not go to us; they go straight to St. Jude. They do not pass go. They do not collect 200. They do not go to jail. They just go straight to St. Jude. We don't even see it. We don't touch it. We don't mess with it. It's a link that goes straight to St. Jude. So we don't make anything out of this. It is solely for that purpose, charity and charity alone. So definitely tune in during that time. Anything is appreciated, even if it's 50 cents. It's for a good cause. So, and we are trying to get a lot of good raffles and prizes and stuff of that nature for all the people that want to come in and hang out in a good old chat and try their luck on winning, I don't know, maybe a yoke from Trustmaster or a tiller from Blackbird Design, or
how about a CST tiller? How about win a CST tiller?
Well, now that there is much better products out there than my tiller, I would say you don't want my tiller.
I don't know.
But if you still want my tiller, Jack, I can always hook you up, buddy. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about getting one knocked out and bringing it to you at the expo, but I just didn't have the time.
Oh, you're too kind.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I was
concentrating
on other things.
That would be more value to me because it came from you. But that being said, let me tell you, you strike a big nerve with St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Not only have my wife and I donated to them every year since we've been married, and that's 43, I'll lose count, somewhere in there. You know, but
a lot of years.
A lot of years. I actually have been involved in radiothons way back when in Tennessee for St. Jude's. So to hear that you're doing that for them, and I had a head and neck cancer, 10 years ago. And so I've been through that a little bit on a real short end, even though I had 7 weeks of chemo and radiation. Fortunately, it all went away. They killed it. They got rid of it. But I cannot stand to see children afflicted with this. So there's nobody better than St. Jude's, guys. If you're looking for a charitable organization to donate to, even beyond what we're talking about here, give to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital in Memphis. You'll never be sorry that you did. So there's a little PSA for that. And Craig, I think what you and I should do, buddy, is we need to hop on the motorcycles and head over to OKC when CST has this going on, and see if we can't help out, even if we're background support crew.
Yeah,
So,
we can just sit in the background and provide jet engine noises with our exhaust.
yeah.
He's flying a jet and you hear a prop go over just like airplane.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, there you go. Well, guys, we're coming up on 2 hours. We usually try to wrap these up after 2 hours. I want to go around the horn here, as I like to do, and we won't have Mike to wrap us up tonight with the traditional ending to the virtual flight deck, so I'll try to do that in there as well. Let's see. Turbo says, got to throw Dave and Major Mark in the mix as well. Team effort. Yes, indeed. CST. Tyler says, would you ever buy a Spirit plane from the junkyard that's in Arizona? Now, see, here's the cool thing. You could take that shell, put it there, and shove that thing in there, and boy, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
So I thought about that. Don't get me wrong. I just don't have the room.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to use a shell from an aircraft. I can barely fit what you see right now in there. There's probably enough room on this side to be able to walk to the front of the room.
Yeah.
This is as far back to the back of the room that it goes. And like I said, maybe on this side I probably have maybe a foot and maybe a foot and a half between the TV and the wall. They're barely enough for you to be able to walk through. So if you're a big boy, you ain't walking through there.
Yep.
But yeah, it's tight in there as it is. And my whole idea of this room, I could talk about this for days, by the way. My whole idea about this room is to have this set up, and then the front of the room is going to be a little loungy. So this is pretty much like a sim cave, if you want to call it that way,
Sure.
like a man cave sim type deal. So on the other side, there's going to be a couch, maybe a little coffee table, a TV up on the wall, mini fridge, microwave, that type of stuff. So even when the guys are here doing the World Flight event, and they want to chill over there for 30, 40 minutes, whatever, until they got to swap crews here to fly or whatever, they can come a little bit earlier. They can warm up a meal. They can have a soda or, another type of beverage. And yeah, just hang out, chill out, watch the stream on the TV out there. And then once they're ready to swap, they can come around here, swap crews and go out.
You're going to have your own green
set it up.
room. Going to have your green room there.
Yeah. It's that's the whole idea behind this. So if I was to try and squeeze a piece of an aircraft in there, no, it's just not feasible. And I think honestly, I've seen people. It looks amazing, but it's overkill.
Yeah.
You don't need all that. Who's ever gonna? I care about what's inside the cockpit, not what's outside the cockpit, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
So if I can recreate that inside look, that's all I care about. The outside, if it looks like a bunch of 2x4s and plywood sheets, I'm okay with that. Nobody cares about the outside.
Yeah. There you go.
So,
For sure. Yeah. Well, guys, listen, appreciate you being here tonight. And I want to specifically mention a couple of special things. Charlie 31, Craig, you have been just an absolutely incredible friend. And I'll tell you right now, dude, I really missed not having you at Flight Sim Expo, even though you did some really great videos. Flying Captain Jack to Flight Sim Expo, flying Bravo 737 to Flight Sim Expo, and then flying home and everything. Guys, you have got to watch this gentleman's content. He is fun. He is knowledgeable. You're gaining, you're doing a lot of overnight long hauls, which I find absolutely fascinating. Not only that, but it helped me to sleep the other night in the hotel room in Torrington, Wyoming, of all places. But man, you're doing some incredible stuff, and I hope your channel grows, and I hope you just have the people come in and be able to benefit from your knowledge and your expertise, because I'll tell you what, this guy operates VATSIM like he's not even thinking about it. It just flows, and it's so good. I could brag on you for another hour, Craig. So good on you. Good on you, and you do a great job, and I am very fortunate to call you friend and have you here in Denver with me. So thanks, man.
No, thank you. Just doing it for fun. That's what it's about, keeping me entertained.
Yep, isn't it? And I'll tell you, he streams more than any of the rest of us combined, nearly. He's just a streaming fool, as I put it on
no
there.
Cap Canada, that's for sure.
Well, I don't know. I think you're on the air more than he is. But anyway, thank you, and thanks for being part of the group.
That's his job, though, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's his job. A lot of us, except for me, I guess, but a lot of us have a day job, right?
Yeah.
And then we do this for fun. That's how I was too. I had a day job and I was doing this for fun. Now I have a lot more time to dedicate to it than I did before. But to people like Kyle, Captain Canada, it's his bread and butter. It's his job. Yep. It's what he does for a living. So that's why he's got a schedule. I mean, that's the only way to do it, right? 5 days a week. I'm gonna put so many hours into it. I get up in the morning. He literally treats it like a job. He gets up in the morning. He has his coffee. He streams, and he streams for 2, 3, 4 hours straight. And he puts in the time and effort, right?
Yeah.
He's got a following, and he's doing good things. I want to say this because a lot of people do complain about him only utilizing certain components, And you know what? Complain all you want, but if it was you, you'd be doing the same thing. If Thrustmaster was paying you to only use Thrustmaster, and they were paying you good, then you would only use Thrustmaster.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do any different. So to say that he's wrong by doing it, then again, you're just a little kid and you have no clue about life, and you need to go get a clue or go ask mommy. But it's his job. It's his job, right?
It is.
If he's pushing certain things on you, even though you know there's better stuff out there, you got to understand that he's doing it because it pays the bills.
Yeah.
So to hold him to a certain extent, not liable for certain things, that's not, you got to understand. I think somebody was asking me one time, like, oh, that's messed up that he keeps pushing his products even though there's better stuff out there. Well, think of it this way. Let's say you work for a Ford dealership, right? And you don't like Ford, but they pay you well, and you sell cars for them, and you have a customer come in and they want to buy a car. Do you tell them to go to the Chevy dealership, or you sell them a Ford?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yep.
So a lot of people need to get a grip and understand that. Kyle is a good dude. I give him a hard time all the time, but bless his heart, he's a good dude. When you get to meet him, some people give him a lot of shit for what he does and what he says, but he's a very cool dude, man.
He really is.
And that was not a slight at all. I've seen that guy grinding it out from when he first decided to be, I'm going to be a full-time content creator, and the hardship he went through with that to where he's at now. But he is always grinding.
I'll put it to you this way:
out there.
when you think flight simulation and YouTube,
Yep.
Kyle is the OG.
Yeah.
He's the one that pretty much started it all, right? Now there's so many people creating content, right?
Yep.
But when you when you connect YouTube with flight simulation, it's Captain Canada. Everybody knows he's Captain Canada. He's been doing it for over 10 years.
Yep.
Right?
No. It's Swiss 101, baby.
Shut up. Whenever you go over to other platforms like Twitch, there's other people there, and there was other people there as well. I can name a few, but it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is YouTube, he was the only one for over a decade now that has been around YouTube doing flight content, flight sim content. So again, everybody that watches YouTube flight simulation know who Captain Canada is. All his effort and everything that he does, whether you agree with him or not, it's well deserved. So props to him, man.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And Mark, want to come to you and thank you not only for your service, but it was so wonderful to meet you and Janice there at Flight Sim Expo. Enjoyed the time that we spent together so much, laughing and talking about things and having a good time and going and buying half a fleet of airplanes there and stuff. Tell us what you've got coming up in your world here before we sign out of the virtual cockpit. What's going on, Major Mark?
So we got a major move. About to head back to Korea, unfortunately, for the next year, maybe a little longer. But moving to Korea, this is the next biggest thing here in about probably less than about a month and a half from here. Once I get settled, the goal is just try to get back into doing some regular scheduled streams. Work's just been busy here because I'm up here in the D.C. area, so a lot of stuff going on that just had me away. I mean, I still fly, but sit down and plan the stream and actually do it has just been a little challenge. But that's what I got going on here in the next foreseeable future. Like I said, Flight Sim Expo, depending on if the price is right, should be there. Hopefully I get down to World Flight as well. But we'll see what happens. And the biggest question I had was, CST, when are you going to build me one of those, doohickeys right there?
Doohickeys? What's a doohickey?
That thing behind you. I want to buy one of those. You selling those?
You want to buy one of these? No, but I can refer you to Scholarkey. That they make great stuff.
One and done, right? One and done. Oh, anyway.
I never got to answer the question, by the way, if I'm going to Vegas.
Oh yeah.
For the expo, and just like I think most of us out here, as much as I hate Vegas with all my heart, that's literally the last place I want to ever go visit. That's one place you go once and you're like, I'd never want to go back. But I'm probably gonna be at the expo, and I'll probably do the same thing I did last time. Luckily enough, we were able to enjoy Mickey Mike's company because he was able to take us away from the Strip and go to a nicer place, if you know what I mean. Because the last thing I'm gonna do, if I make it to Vegas to the expo, is I'm not going on the Strip. I don't care for any of the stuff, man. It's all behind me. You know, the gambling, the partying, the drinking. I don't do any of that crap. Everybody knows me. Mark knows me. Like, I think we might have had a beverage, and that's about it. And I probably didn't even finish it. It's just one of those things. I don't partake in heavily in any of the stuff. I'll have a beer or two socially, but that's about it. I'm not going out to get messed up or not remember what I did last night. That's far behind me. So yeah, definitely not going to the Strip. Definitely not gambling. Definitely not doing any of that crap. I'm going for the expo and the expo only. So. I think last time I was in Vegas, that's precisely what I did. I went from upstairs in my room down to the expo, and then back upstairs in my room. And if Mickey Mike wanted to take us somewhere, then I go with him. Other than that, I didn't do anything else. Yeah. I'm not gonna go walk 3 miles down the Strip to see, whatever. We don't want to talk about that. But anyways, yeah.
Yep.
I'll probably be there.
There you go. There you go. I'm hoping to as well, and I'm hoping to drag Craig kicking and screaming maybe along if we can work that out. Craig, where are we flying tonight? We're going to do an all-nighter? Have you decided yet?
I'm going to do one. I have not figured out a route yet, but we'll figure something out.
Okay, let me know because it's my intention to put the airplane up in there with you. So I just want to thank everybody for being here tonight. It's been a lot of fun. I want to thank everybody in the chat for the 151 views. Those of you who have not yet, if you would hit that thumbs up button, I would be ever so grateful. I have put the links to these fine gentlemen's YouTube channels in the chat. Would really appreciate you guys going over there and joining in. If you have not yet, please do so. Follow CST's Great History. By the way, speaking of history, Captain Canada, 2,300 plus videos over that time. So that's some working. That's some working. It really is. And just want to thank everybody for being here tonight. Couldn't have done it without you, and we'll look forward to the next one. It is my intention to make the virtual flight deck a little bit more of a presence, hopefully at least once a month. Last month it fell through at the last minute, but we'll get going. Nice to have Alice make a cameo appearance there behind you, Craig, so hi to her. And guys, want to thank you for being here tonight. Hope you have a absolutely wonderful rest of your weekend. And with that, everybody, we'll go ahead and wrap up the virtual flight deck here. Hopefully, Mickey Mike Owls can join us maybe next time. We'll take a look at that. And remember, Jesus loves you, and Captain Jack loves your show. And hope to see you on my live stream on Monday night. CST's got some stuff coming up. Charlie 31 will be live streaming just a little bit later this evening, so hope you can join us. And in the meantime, we'll go ahead and get out of here. And thanks for being here. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks for setting it up, Jack.
Okay, guys, we're clear. Excellent job. Thank you so much.
No
Thanks,
problem.
Jack.
Thanks for having